This
Have you got the
conference
full
will now be
team over here?
recorded.
In case anyone's missing, we've got Berry, Abhishek, Aditi, Akshay, Melisha, Singh, Pooja, Asta, Nash, Okay, I don't see Vikas. Let me just message him. Okay, awesome. I think for everyone who's here, I'm just going to start this off and give everyone a quick introduction to Mansi Joshi ji. Mansi ji, you're here, right?
Hi, I'm here.
Okay, fantastic. Shubham, do you want to put Mansi ji on video? And Mansi, I'm so sorry, I'm going to alternate between calling you G and not G. I don't know, there's something wrong in my vocab. So it's part
Please
of me is
call
from
me.
Bombay, part of me is from Bombay, part of me is from Delhi. So I get kind of confused in my head.
Okay, no problem. You can call me Mansi or whatever suits you.
Yeah, I know. Technically, I just saw your date of birth is 1989. So you're 3 years younger. So I should effectively be able to call you Mansi. But yeah, I think
Very
you're far, far higher in terms of achievements and generally, your stature. That's why the G comes automatically. But to
please.
everyone who's over here, Mansi is an inspiration to all of us. I think she is world ranked 3 in singles in the para athletic badminton rankings that are held. She is representing India in the Olympics. Correct me wherever I'm wrong, but I think the Paralympics are being held in Tokyo. They were planned for 2020. Let's see when they actually happen.
For your voice is breaking.
My voice is
Breaking.
okay. Is it clear now?
Aditya, your voice
Okay,
is
awesome.
clear.
Awesome. So I'm just going to pick off where I was. Yeah, Mansi is an inspiration to all of us. She is 30, 31 years old. I'm going to ask her about how she got into badminton, how she, took that up as a sport, how she built it into a career. But why all of us know her is because she's one representing India at the international level. She's world ranked 5 in the category in which she competes. She's a para athlete. She was unfortunately, had an accident, and from that accident, she didn't just lie down, but she actually got up, stood back on 2 feet. Got her courage together, decided to continue to participate in these competitions, and has won gold at the para badminton world championships. She's now striving to obviously win gold at the Paralympics, which are supposed to be held later this year. Let's see when they actually happen. And I think just from an individual standpoint, she's an inspiration to all of us who are, same age group. A lot of us younger, a lot of us are around the same age. And we just are really, really thankful to her for agreeing to this and to have a chat with all of y'all to inspire y'all during these difficult times and give everyone direction towards, following their dreams and not letting anything come in between what you feel you want to do and whatever limitation the world throws at you. So, yeah, with that, Mansi, if you could, do you think you could just give us a short introduction to, we've all seen you were an engineer, software engineer from Bombay, and how did you get into badminton? When did you take it up? Were you pursuing it seriously? And just know what was early life like?
Hi everyone. Thank you, Adit, Aditya, for having me here. Thank you all of you too for attending this session. I'm really happy that I've got this opportunity to speak to all of you. Currently, when Aditya said I'm currently ranked number 2 in world in singles, but then yes, I have risen from lower rankings to this point, and it's really interesting how everything turned out to be in my favor in these few years after my injury. So I am having like a good time right now. I'm currently in lockdown. I'm getting time to spend with my family, which I don't remember getting after almost 1.5 years. So when I say about what made me to choose a profession as sports or badminton, it's really different. Or I think I won't say I'm an accidental badminton player or a para badminton player. I was always into my books, and I, of course, in my household, uh, education was always a priority. So my father was a scientist, nuclear scientist at Bhabha Atomic Research Center, and we used to reside in Mumbai, where he used to work in Trombay. So in my colony, we have a lot of complexes, sports complexes, and they have coaches and everyone. When I was in my class 5 or 6, I started my coaching. And when I was like 6 or 7 year old, my father used to just throw shuttles at me, and I would just, he wanted me to have good hand-eye coordination. And for children at younger age, it's really important for parents to, give them introduction to various things. So my parents wanted us to have inclination to various things like sports too. My father used to represent Bhabha Atomic Research Center in their tennis team too. So I used to go attend various tournaments with him. Just ऐसे ही उनका हाथ पकड़ के चली जाती थी. I never thought of choosing badminton as a profession. I just used to pursue my sport as a hobby, but I was good at it. So I used to play for my school, for my college, for my corporate when I started working, and something similar like at Mumbai level. And whenever I used to get selected for state level, that was when I was in class 10 and 12, I had missed on my selection trials because exams aa rahe the. So I never took up sport as a profession. It was just like for hobby purpose. One day in 2011, on my way to work, in the month of December, I met with a road accident, and it was a bad accident. A truck had run over my leg, so I knew how bad that whole incident was. I something bad is going to happen out of this, but I met with an accident at around 8:30 in the morning. But then I went from one hospital to the other, and it took me so much of time that by the time I got proper medical attention or like surgery, it was around 5:30 in the evening. So in that time, I had lost a lot of time, a lot of blood, and my priority for people was to save me, then save my leg. And within few days, I started developing gangrene, and doctors had to amputate me. I had also developed other injuries in my hand, and yeah. So I was in hospital for 45 days, and after that I picked up. I came back home. My injuries, once it got healed, I started training for my rehabilitation, where I learned how to get up on my feet, how to start walking again, and just get back to my normal life that I was leading previously. But then when I went out, I realized that I have not changed much. Only my physical appearance has changed, but the idea of people for me had changed completely. I was 22-year-old at that time, where I had so many ambitions and hope to do different things for myself. In that time, I was finding out solutions for faster recovery, and in that I chose badminton again for my recovery and rehab, because it gave me so much of what do you say, energy, or it boosted me up whenever I used to go to badminton court. So my brother himself was a badminton player, and he would push me कि चल मानसी हम दोनों चलते हैं badminton court. And we used to just do tossing, and I would just go and walking, and just as small steps I used to take to enjoy my sport. After my office hours, I would go for badminton training. That is what I used to do. And so yeah, I started again competing at corporate level, but just getting consolation prizes saying oh, we are so happy that people like you are here. And I'm like, what people like you? I'm just like you all. It's just that I had an injury, so what? So matlab, people's attitude was completely different. I was getting so much of sympathy, but I didn't care much because I was enjoying my sport and I was getting to compete and just have fun. Then 2014, I mean, I used to compete at intra sports and various corporate tournaments, and I used to post pictures on Facebook just like how we millennials are. And once when I posted a picture, I had made a lot of friends in amputee community. People who lose a body part through amputation are called as amputees. So I had made a lot of amputee friends from various parts of the country. And one of my friend named Neeraj suggested, why don't you come and try para? And I'm like, क्या है उसमें? So he said कि तू आजा बस selection trials के लिए. 2014 में Asian Games हो रहे थे in Incheon, South Korea, and I went for selection trials in Bangalore. That's where I met other people with disabilities pursuing the same sport that I loved and who were doing some amazing work. So I was so impressed and mesmerized by everybody's energy, and I realized that a sports binds a person, and injured or not, everybody should pursue it. And it gave me confidence to pursue the sport again. I started competing at national level, and we had one national level tournament in Mumbai itself in 2014, and I went and played and I won a silver medal there. And I realized I'm good. I mean, I just have lost my mobility, but दिमाग तो वही है, so I can play with my mind too. And sport is not only skill and movement, but also your brain. So I started. 2015, I got an opportunity to represent India at international tournament after I won a silver at nationals, and I played my first. I won my first medal in 2015 in the month of September at World Championship, a silver in mixed doubles, and a lot of things happened. Like Humans of Bombay had also, like, even they came and they took a picture of me and posted on HOB page, and people started recognizing in Mumbai area कि हाँ कुछ तो मतलब अच्छा हुआ है. So the sport, one thing led to the other, and I left my job. I mean, a lot of things happened. I wanted to see what I can do, and so I left my job and thought of pursuing the sport full time. But then I realized there are so many challenges uh, as para sports person in India, and I have to have a free flowing income to pursue the things that I love. So again, I started working. Meanwhile, my father got retired, and we shifted to Ahmedabad. Then in 2018, I went to Hyderabad for national level training from Gopi sir, and in 2018, I won a silver at Asian Games, which was like I'll say one of my biggest achievement at that time, Asian bronze. Then 2019, like last year, I won a gold at Para Badminton World Championship, which right now is my biggest achievement. And for me, it's like my lifetime's best achievement.
Yes, I think you've covered so much, in that, and so many questions that people would have from just. We had a very interesting talk a couple of days back from Divya Prakash Dubey, and he's a storyteller. So he writes Hindi stories, and he had mentioned, he's from Lucknow. He said कि मिश्रा जी के बेटे या दुबे जी के बेटे सिर्फ पढ़ाई में कैसे कमजोर हो सकते हैं. So, immediately what came to mind is when you said your dad was a scientist at Bhabha Atomic Research Center, it is literally the smartest people of India would be at that position. So for him to actually nurture that talent within you and to push you towards sports, that must have been amazing, right? As a young girl.
Exactly. But like in my household, it was not just sports that we used to pursue. I used to go for like art classes. I used to be in my school drama team. I used to play multiple sports, like not just badminton. I used to go for football coaching. I used to like do multiple things. I was in basketball team, volleyball team. I used to play 100, I mean, participate in track and field. And matlab, multiple things we used to do for in our family, like everybody's family, it's similar thing. But I think in our household it was little different क्योंकि जहाँ सबके पेरेंट्स कहते थे कि बेटा एग्जाम आ रही है पढ़ाई करो, मेरे पेरेंट्स कहते थे कि बहुत पढ़ा, अभी शाम हो गई है, जाके नीचे खेलो. तो हम कहते थे कोई बच्चा नहीं खेल रहा, सब पढ़ रहे एग्जाम्स के लिए. वो बोलते थे कोई बात नहीं, तुम बच्चों खेलो. लाइक आई हैव अ सिस्टर, यंगर सिस्टर एंड अ यंगर ब्रदर. तो माय यंगर सिस्टर इज जस्ट 2 years यंगर टू मी. बोलते थे तुम दोनों जाके खेलो, बट घर में नहीं पूरा दिन रहना, पढ़ाई हो गया, थोड़ा पढ़ाई उतना इम्पोर्टेंट है जितना खेलना. सो in our household everything was given importance, and I think it has nurtured us to choose different things and become the best in whatever we choose.
Wow. And so when you were pursuing all these sports at school level, inter district, state, I think a lot of people who we meet would have played at a state level. So in college, a lot of people play at state level. How did you, or why did you decide not to pursue badminton professionally at that stage?
Because I loved engineering. I loved like I
Wow,
used
that
to
is a
go.
completely different discussion which will happen right now if you say that. We've got a ton of engineers on this chat, and everyone's gonna be like, how can you love engineering?
No, I used to go to Lamington Road. It's in Mumbai. So I used to go to Lamington Road to a shop named as Vega Kits. वहाँ से I used to buy kits and do क्या just I used to solder it and make sure that my kits are functional and make sure कि I'm developing different things. In my college I used to develop PCB boards in my college के labs में. And when
Now
everybody
we're just
used to
embarrassed. We can't play badminton and we can't solder stuff.
वो तो अलग ही टाइम था. बट सोल्डरिंग के ऊपर देयर इज वन स्टोरी व्हिच आई रिमेंबर. थाईलैंड में माय प्रेस्टिस हैड ब्रोकन डाउन. इट्स अ चार्जेबल वन, एंड so I had soldered one of its part because वो लूज हो गया था, and I had to go to China for another tournament, and वो भी एक अलग ही स्टोरी है. So कितना सारा थिंग्स आई हैव लर्नड एंड मेड श्योर इम्प्लीमेंटेड इट इन माय डे टू डे लाइफ, व्हिच पीपल से अरे ये कहाँ इम्प्लीमेंट होता है, पर मेरे पास आओ मैं बताती हूँ ये कहाँ इम्प्लीमेंट होता है.
Wow. So you're saying you loved engineering that much that you didn't want to sacrifice learning at college to pursue badminton professionally?
Yes, I'll say that. Badminton was my hobby. I was known as a badminton player. My college had a badminton court in a building, and मतलब फाइनल ईयर में ऐसा रहता था कि मानसी कहाँ है, तो मानसी बैडमिंटन कोर्ट में ही होगी. दैट वाज व्हाट माय आइडेंटिटी वाज. तो इवन व्हेन आई वाज इन माय फर्स्ट ईयर के बच्चों को ना कोई खेलने ही नहीं देता, कोर्ट में घुसने नहीं देता, पर मैंने बस बता दिया था कि मैं एक बैडमिंटन प्लेयर हूँ. तुम लोगों को मतलब तुमको आई शुड बी इन द टीम विच एवर वेर एवर यू गाइज आर गोइंग वॉट एवर यू आर प्लेइंग. ऐसा लाइक फर्स्ट ईयर्स को आई डोंट नो इफ यू गाइज नो इट, लाइक आई डोंट नो मेनी ऑफ यू मस्ट बी फीलिंग है फर्स्ट ईयर का क्या, बट फर्स्ट ईयर को भाव नहीं मिलता, पर मैं अपना भाव लेके रहती थी कि आई हैव टू प्ले.
Wow. So now, yeah. So were you like as a child, were you just talented in multiple things, or is it something which you built up through, a lot of effort, a lot of practice, or did badminton just come to you naturally and you didn't have to work at it?
Nobody is born natural. Everybody has to work hard to get to wherever they wish to be. And I was not the best badminton player anywhere. Matlab, since childhood mein koi bhi, I was not a number one, but by the time but why I remained number one was people who were way more better than me would just give up in midway के ये हम नहीं pursue करना चाहते. But I would never leave anything midway. I would say कि इसको और better कैसे कर सकते हैं. And this is what I have seen right now that people are super talented in whatever they are pursuing, but sometimes they don't have patience and they leave it midway. And the people who love it and who wish to pursue it become the best after some time by making sure that they keep on doing it. So I was in the second set of people who pursued too much to make sure that I become the best. And I took so many years to become a gold medalist in para sports. Like मेरे लिए तो वो बहुत difficult था, but then I did it. So I think anybody can do it.
Hi, Mansi. Rahul this side. So since you mentioned that you have stayed in Hyderabad and then you have learned from Pulera Gopichand, so I've stayed in Hyderabad. I know the kind of impact that he had on the badminton players. So, आपका overall, how was the journey with him, and how does how मेरे को लगता है अगर इंडिया में there is one coach who has done lots for sports. So Gopi Chand would be one of those, like who has done so much for at least one sports. पहले बैडमिंटन लोग discuss नहीं करते थे, and he has contributed so much that everyone discusses badminton. They talk about badminton. It has become a sport which people enjoy. So आपका how was your personal experience when you were learning from him?
So thank you, Rahul. I think Gopi sir is doing exceptional work in Indian sports, and the way he is taking sports forward should be a case study for everybody, and they should publish it and see how it should be a model for every other sport to replicate. For me personally, I think Gopi sir played a very important role because his academy has trainers, it has every facility, it has, I think, everything. Initially, I had to convince people that I am passionate to pursue the sport and passionate enough to work hard. But then I think I have got enough support from enough. I think more than that. I had for my world different coaches, like one set of coaches. ट्रेनर्स फिजियोथेरेपिस्ट एंड पीपल मेकिंग श्योर कि ये परस्यू कर इसका हो जाना चाहिए, इसका मेडल आना चाहिए टाइप का थिंग. तो दे हैड अ टीम. इट्स लाइक अ वेरी सिंपल अप्रोच विच दे यूज. ऐसा कुछ भी एक्स्ट्रा कुछ मतलब आई थिंक एक्स्ट्रा जो वो करते हैं वो है कि लोगों को पुश करते हैं उनका बेस्ट बाहर निकालने के लिए. And every athlete has a lot of things on their plate too, which they can offer, but sometimes are not aware of. So coaches' responsibility is that they find out and nurture it. And at the academy, same thing happens. The public, जो भी है, everybody are passionate to pursue. Even if they are fitness trainers, physiotherapists, everybody is passionate. All coaches. So वहां से तुम कोच टैलेंट नर्चर करते हो और वहां से वो टैलेंट इतना निखर और उभर के आता है कि वो like you see Sindhu, you see Saina Nehwal, they are the champions. So this is what they are doing it at the academy.
Yep, that answered the question related to Gopi sir. So apart from, so as you were saying, Mansi, that you have like you had some passion in engineering, and then you also were very interested in dramatics, and you were also in badminton and all. So बहुत बार ऐसा समय आता होगा when you would have felt कि यार कौन सा field है which I have to take. Though, like you said that पढ़ाई में कुछ अच्छा करना था, but then that must be a very different balance, right? Which you have to strike कि यार अभी मैं exam time है, and then I can do better in sports also. I can do good in theater, in studies also. So how do you gain strength for that? And what were the questions which you tried to answer, and how did you answer yourself?
So see, I picked up badminton just for rehab purpose. कि मुझे मेरा rehabilitation process faster करना था. I wanted to learn walking faster. So there are times that I was having a sedentary job in my company. So I just, because it was so sedentary and my company was very accessible, I had so many reasons for not to pursue fitness. And post amputation had gained a lot of weight. तो मैं तो बस वही pursue कर रही थी कि बैडमिंटन खेलूं ताकि मैं fit रहूं. There are times then that we have to choose from so many things that we are good at, but then eventually we come to know what our talent, like where our heart lies, and eventually we try and pursue it and we try to be the best. ऐसा नहीं है, सबके अंदर बहुत सारे स्किल होते हैं और स्किल्स को होन करना पड़ता है. एंड मे बी अगर मुझे ड्रामेटिक्स में इंटरेस्ट होता तो मैं अपना ड्रामेटिक साइड के कुछ क्लासेस ज्वाइन करती. मे बी मैं बहुत सारे ड्रामाज में एक्ट करती, बहुत सारे जगह पर थिएटर या ज्वाइन कर लेती. बट मेरा मुझे रियलाइज हुआ कि मेरा वो इंटरेस्ट नहीं है, तो मैंने उसको 100% परस्यू नहीं किया. मेरा इंटरेस्ट एक टाइम के बाद, आई हैड सो मच ऑफ इंटरेस्ट इन इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स कि मैंने अपने कैंपस प्लेसमेंट में इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स की कंपनीज आती थी तो ही बैठती थी. एंड आफ्टर दैट आई स्टार्टेड वर्किंग इन एन इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स कंपनी ओनली, जो कैंपस में से तो हुआ नहीं, तो मैं बाहर ही अलग से ज्वाइन करने लग गई थी. एंड जब मैं वो ज्वाइन करने लगी एंड आई रियलाइज्ड के ये अलग ही है, आई शुड बी डूइंग समथिंग एल्स. एंड पीपल स्टार्टेड टेलिंग मी करे ये सब में कोई स्कोप नहीं, इंडिया में ऐसी कंपनीज ही नहीं है, ये ही नहीं है, वो ही नहीं है. एंड मैंने भी फिर सोच लिया था कि हाँ, एंड देन आई स्टार्टेड वर्किंग एज अ सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियर. एंड के मैं भी एमबीए करूंगी, फिर मैं भी फिर ये अलग बिजनेस फील्ड में ज्वाइन करूंगी, कुछ चेक करूंगी, एंड आई विल बिकम द बेस्ट इन दैट फील्ड. एंड तो भी मैं घर पे बैठ के वेगा किड्स पे से जाके सोल्डर करती रहती थी, ब्रेड बोर्ड पे कुछ बनाती रहती थी. एंड आई वॉज लविंग इट, बट आई वॉज नॉट परस्यूइंग इट. तो आई एम टेलिंग यू कि हमारे पास शायद से वेरियस स्किल्स और टैलेंट्स होते हैं, बट समटाइम्स ऐसे डिसीजन लेने पड़ते हैं कि I don't know, I'll say कि there are some decisions we have to take uh, just for self. And once after my accident happened, I had so much of clarity कि मुझे रियल में क्या करना है. मुझे सडनली फील हुआ कि मैं कर क्या रही हूँ, मुझे ये मैं कितनी इंटरेस्ट आई मीन मैं कितना इंटरेस्ट रखती थी अलग अलग फील्ड में, और मैं अभी क्या कर रही हूँ. तो आई आई थॉट कि अभी जैसा चल रहा है चलने दो, बट बैडमिंटन को भी परस्यू करती हूँ मैं, क्योंकि मुझे पसंद है करना. एंड मैंने उस पर वर्क किया अलग, उसके लिए आई मेक श्योर कि करूँ.
So that's real. Sorry, that's really counterintuitive. After having a physical accident and being just limited by what you can do with your 2 feet versus having just 1 foot, why did it give you clarity that you should pursue badminton, and why didn't it push you towards something which is far easier, I think, on 1 foot, which is electronics, since you were passionate towards both?
As I told you, okay, badminton, I just started playing for my fitness purpose. But then I'll say I worked very hard because I was exploring myself to the fullest in that area. Because it was physically little difficult for me to pursue it. So I wanted to be better at it. And better करते करते अच्छा हो गया. एंड आई थॉट कि जॉब्स या फिर बाकी की चीजें मैं करूंगी, पर मैं ये करती हूँ. जॉब्स मतलब क्या, लाइक अर्निंग मनी. फिलहाल मेरा पैशन था कि मुझको बेस्ट बनना है. एट वन पॉइंट आई वांटेड टू बी द बेस्ट वॉकर, because it was difficult for me to even start walking without a crutch. So it took me around 8 months to leave a crutch, which had become a part of my identity. My prosthetist, the person who fits me who fits prosthetic legs, he told me that people leave it within 1 month, but I was not able to leave it because not because I was dependent on it, but I wanted people to not push me. Uh, because Mumbai में इतनी भीड़ होती है and people are not aware कि आपको क्या problem है, तो I used to carry a crutch ताकि लोग मेरे आसपास रहने से careful रहे. So there were so many things which was difficult for me, and I wanted to see if I can get back to where I was before. So I wanted to get back to badminton, or in badminton only I wanted to get back to where I was before. In in my office, if I say it, it's not like I left my जो भी मैं काम कर रही थी वो. I was so good. I was good at my development. I was good at coding. I had developed love for coding with me meanwhile. And in my company where people are doing maintenance project, I was doing development projects. And when I got selected for World Championship, I was also leading a team for UK Railways ka project. So I was doing really good in whichever, like in my both the fields, badminton plus my office, and I was enjoying it. But I chose badminton because I wanted to be where I was before, and तो मैं पहुंच ही नहीं पाई कभी, और मैं अलग फील्ड में बेटर बन गई. सारा फील्ड में मैं better बन गई. So it's like a proof that I became the best in that area.
Wow, yeah, I think it's definitely proof. But just in terms of a lot of us who would have played sport in college, who would have played sport in school, use work as an excuse to drop out of that habit. And we all tell ourselves that work is hard. We're working from 9 o'clock in the morning till 9 o'clock in the evening. When do we get time? And just hearing your story and how passionate you were towards work and towards sport, how did you balance that?
So see, right, whoever has played a sports, कि वो कितना important है, उसका नशा क्या है sports का. And if you are working from 9 to 9, then I'm really sorry to say कि life में इतना काम मत करो. बहुत seriously, like I know you're passionate about so healthness, interested in it, or fitness and rest also deserves our time and are equally important. So I think it's important to have that kind of balance. So I remember when I got selected for World Championship, and of course I was also in that dilemma कि time बहुत कम है और मतलब दिन में 24 hours क्यों है, ऐसा feel होता था क्योंकि I had to go for work, I had to practice. So what I used to do was I used to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. From 4:30 till 8:30 I would train, do yoga. My yoga teacher there were days when I was not able to get up, so my yoga teacher would come to my house and wake me up and take me to the ground. So I used to go for training, walking, and doing different things, but just do wall practice. उसके बाद मैं ऑफिस जाती. ऑफिस में भी जब मेरे कलीग्स जो है वो चाय सुट्टा ब्रेक लेते, तो मैं पार्किंग लॉट में जाके शैडो प्रैक्टिस करती थी. एंड देन आफ्टर आई केम बैक फ्रॉम वर्क, आई वुड गो फॉर बैडमिंटन ट्रेनिंग विद माय ब्रदर. एंड वहां से आके डायरेक्टली खाना खा के तुरंत सो जाती थी. तो ऑफ कोर्स ये बहुत टफ था मेरे लिए क्योंकि इट वाज मेंटली एंड फिजिकली ड्रेनिंग मी. But then I love that routine because I can not even a single minute of my day I'm wasting. मैं I would एक टाइम था जब मैं पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्ट बहुत यूज करती थी. After my injury, I took a break, started traveling only by rickshaws because of course accessibility issues. So it was difficult for me to balance, but then I tried to utilize my day to the fullest. And उसके बाद वो 2015 में मैं गई थी स्टोक मैंडेविल इंग्लैंड में वर्ल्ड चैंपियनशिप खेलने, और वहां मुझे सिल्वर मेडल मिला मिक्स डबल्स में. तो वो तो मेरे लाइफ का फर्स्ट मेडल है. मुझे लगा कि वाह, मतलब अगर आप अपना टाइम स्मॉल मैनेज था कि टाइम करना है तो कैसे करना है, कैसे एवरीडे क्या क्या कर सकते हैं तुम एक दिन में. अगर तुमको रियल बहाना भी बहुत सारे मारते हैं, मेरे पास चीजें में करनी है तो. एंड हम हमेशा टाइम नहीं है, पर टाइम है, सीरियसली सबके पास टाइम है, जस्ट उसको प्रायोरिटाइज. आई थिंक यू गाइस कैन लर्न फ्रॉम माय रूटीन, be ability or a disability.
So I think safely we can all assume that you have no Netflix account, you have no Amazon Prime account, you have no Hotstar account, or it's something which you just got during the lockdown.
Right now I'm binging.
Oh,
I am
you're
binge
binging.
watching so many series.
But that must be after like 30 years of not having watched anything, no? You wake up at 4:30 and start training and end the day.
हम ऐसे नहीं यार, मैं ऐसा कोई बच्चा नहीं थी जो आई वुड एंजॉय माई ईच डे हर एक दिन. तो go out with friends, go out for movies. Of course, when I started pursuing sports professionally, थोड़ा tough हो गया था क्योंकि suddenly ambition बड़े हो गए थे. But then उसमें भी I used to take out time to do different things. मे बी पर उसमें ऐसा था कि मूवीज देखना है, थिएटर जाने मुझे पकता था, लाइक सिनेमा एंड ऑल, हाउस जाने आई वुड वॉच इट ऑन माय लैपटॉप. बट देन ऑफ कोर्स आई एम नॉट दैट काइंड ऑफ अ पर्सन हु इज लाइक कि नहीं 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 कुछ नहीं करना है, यही यही मतलब यही ऐसा थिंकिंग ऐसा नहीं था. I had good life, like good personal life as well as अभी का जो प्रोफेशनल लाइफ है वैसा.
Yeah, but I think I remember watching a documentary on Michael Phelps, and everyone thinks that he's won 22 gold medals at the Olympics. The thing which I remember which stood out is that his coach had mentioned that for 15 years of his life, the guy woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning and swam 100 lengths, and on his birthday, on Christmas, on New Year, on 14th of July, 4th of July, yeah, he was in the pool every single day. So I think professional sports just makes you disciplined to the next level. So would you agree with that?
Of course, I think right now, if you see when I have pursued sports professionally, I have realized I see these athletes who are getting up at 4:30, 4:45 ko they dot they are on court. Evening 6 tak they are training. And it's different. Like once you pursue a professional sports, if people put that kind of effort in whatever they are doing right now, I think everybody can be the best. You know why people are doing so much in professional sports? The answer is that success rate is very low in professional sports. Only one person can win a gold out of, I don't know, if 25,000 people are working towards pursuing that sports professionally, only one can make it. So what are the odds? But I think whatever profession we guys are choosing who are not pursuing professional sports, I think for them, if they do similar kind of work, imagine the success rate. Imagine like वो probability इतना कम नहीं है. So it's awesome the way people who are pursuing sports, they are doing some amazing work, and everybody should get inspired by everyone, all the sports person, because सबका effort है which should be counted. सिर्फ एक gold medalist का count क्या वैसा नहीं. एक पे जो खेल रहा है उसमें फट जाता है, बस कोई और उससे बेटर लेवल पे player होता है. एंड वी शुड अंडरस्टैंड के who is what is that one thing which is separating that national level player from an international level player.
Yeah, so just on that topic, national level and international level, again, I'm a huge sports fan. So I watch a lot of these sports documentaries and, stories of sportsmen. They all tend to say that there is a limit to which you can push physical excellence. And beyond that, in all international competition, it is your mental strength which enables you to win. So have you found that to be true when you go on to, the World Championship final and you're competing? How important is your mental aspect at that point in time versus just the physical skills that you've got?
So it's very important, like mental health for everyone. For a sports person, I'll tell you, like I knew I have prepared well physically, but then at one point I felt कि what are the things that are stopping me to win medals? What is really happening? When I tried and analyzed it, I realized that once I reached to a particular point in my game, I start thinking कि इसके बाद क्या? I'm not in the game sometimes, and it happens to all the athletes. कि sometimes they are not completely in the game. They are hitting, मतलब suddenly monotonous game हो जाता है. And people, especially coaches who are sitting at the back in the court, they realize कि monotonous हो गया इनका game, and तुरंत they tell the player whenever they get a chance कि इसका shot का return इसी तरह आएगा. So for you to become mentally aware, what we have to do is कि keep on changing your strategies. कि जो ऐसा है कि टॉस आया तो ड्रॉप मारेंगे या तो इसका स्मैश करेंगे, ऐसा नहीं. टॉस का रिटर्न 2 बार 3 बार 4 बार toss करो, you know, like then other person will get confused कि कितना. तो mentally sometimes people lose it, and that is what separates you from the, like, everybody gets separated from the mental strategies during the game. So when I was playing World Championship, I had taken inputs from NLP coaches and people who are giving mental training, and then they had told me a few things that I should be taking care of when I'm in court. That how should I get completely focused if I lose it sometimes within the game. So that day before my tournament started, I had gone to my court for practice, and I had decided that I am going to look at one particular point. In each court, I had marked myself mentally that ye 4 point hai where I have to look. वहाँ 4 courts, इसलिए I'm talking about 4 points where I wanted to look and both the side of the courts. And मैं सब side में जाके ऊपर पे अपना जो point mark किया था वहाँ देखती थी. तो मैंने वो points mark करके रखे थे जो मुझे mentally एहसास दिलाते थे कि यहाँ हमें देखना है अगर मुझे कुछ भी मेंटल फोकस कुछ भी लूज होता है. पर जब मैं गेम खेलती थी तो मैं हर टाइम वहां देखती थी और मुझको वहां से एकदम मतलब एक अलग ही strength मिलता था. So people get into a self-talk mode when they are playing, when they are looking too much down. I wanted to look up so that I don't get into that kind of mode. So I was made aware of things that happen on court sometimes to athletes and what I shouldn't be doing it, and I made sure कि वो मैं ना करूँ. तो for every athlete, mentally being strong is the most important thing.
Rahul, we can't hear you.
Yeah, hi. Can you hear me now?
Yep, now we can.
Acha, hi. So again, like it's not related to sports, like somehow related to sports. So, but I've read, for example, Kohli left butter chicken because of his sports passion, so that he becomes more fit. Similarly, I think lots of tennis players have also quit their favorite food. So, did you also like leave some of your favorite or quit on eating some foods which you like, or you would also have had similar experience, right?
Like I didn't leave anything as of now, but then I started eating something for sports. I'm a vegetarian, but then to become leaner, you have to get on protein diet, and the protein that I was eating, dairy मुझे जम नहीं रहा था. Dairy में मतलब दूध तो नहीं जम रहा था, तो I was just on paneer, and it was not enough. Like every day मैं पनीर नहीं खा सकती थी, तो I started eating uh, fish and chicken for sports. And initially, so I didn't like it, but then I realized it's better because even when you go to foreign countries, you don't get proper meals. And most of the athletes from India, they prefer food packets like apna MTR or GITS ka ready to eat wala. But I prefer eating fresh food. So I started eating whatever was served to me except for pork and beef and other meat. But I started eating only 2 meats just to get leaner, have better muscle mass and development, and for complete recovery, because I was working out for almost 8 hours a day, and to have energy for that kind of training, I think. But I don't know how to prepare it. So I just asked my cook to do it. So I didn't leave anything, but I started eating something else, uh, which I think I can only do it if I'm playing a sport.
Arvind, you're not audible.
I'm audible now?
Very faintly.
Aditya, you continue.
Well, I think Raghav had a question. Raghav, you want to ask?
Hi Mansi, Raghav this side. I just wanted to ask when you go for these World Championship, when there is such massive crowds and audience there, what sort of a feeling do you get? And does it sometimes scare you, or does it give you a lot of energy to come out with your best game possible? What's the feeling when you see such sort of an audience?
To tell you frankly, I've seen like wild spectators only in Indonesia. Rest other countries, I don't know, maybe the marketing or whatever. We don't have that great crowd. Our stadiums are not completely filled, which is like very sad part of para sports. But then, yeah, I remember in Indonesia, the stadium was jam packed, and we were playing, and people were mostly Indonesians, and they were shouting India, India, and when I was competing against, I luckily didn't compete against Indonesians, otherwise पता नहीं क्या ही हो जाता. But I realized कि once I'm playing inside the court, मतलब point जब चला जाता था तो मुझको सुनाई देता था आवाज. But when I was playing, इतना लोग चीख रहे चिल्ला रहे, but वो मेरे कान तक आवाज तक नहीं पहुंचा था या नहीं पहुंचता था. And I think for most of the players, whoever are playing, they do not get disturbed by people who are shouting or just saying anything they like when they are playing. And it's different, like when you go there and when you see people shouting, नहीं affect होता. टीम के भी लोग चिल्लाते हैं, कुछ भी करते हैं, अलग टीम के लोग चिल्लाते हैं और अपने प्लेयर को सपोर्ट करते हैं, सुनाई नहीं देता कुछ भी चीजें. तो I think me personally, I don't get affected by the crowd calling.
Yeah, so again, something which they show in movies, no, that when a sports person is in the zone, you just have no idea of what's happening outside. So I think hearing it from you, it just validates that.
Yeah, that's true.
So who was your role model when you were growing up? Was it a sports person? Was it someone else?
For me, my father has been a role model because I have seen him doing multiple things and excelling in it. He is a gold medalist, scientist, he is a tennis player, he knows, I mean, he has written poems like poetry and has got Sahitya Academy Award from Maharashtra state government. And he is interested in astrology and keeps on learning different things. And I remember when I was in my I was still recovering from my injury, and my father had his own promotion ka interview. I was seeing how much he's preparing, how hard he's trying. He was in late 50s. एक टाइम था जब मुझे लगता था कि बस graduation कर लिया और पढ़ाई खत्म. But when I used to see him, when I grew up, like in my early 20s, I realized कि नहीं, पढ़ाई खत्म ही नहीं होता. And when I used to see him कि हर उम्र में he was preparing for different things, I realized कि for everybody, and he was my role model. I used to look up to him. And of course, there are so many other people that have been my role models, and I'll say I've had various role models in my different phases of life. My teacher is my role model. I mean, there's Mahatma Gandhi, and like after reading the stories, you realize that they are just people like everybody else, and then they are doing something for the betterment of society, and we can do it too. So there are so many people who have inspired me. Who were closest to me have inspired me the most.
I think we should actually get your dad to do one of these talks for all of us. The number of things that you mentioned that he's done, I think it'll put awe into anyone's mind. He said Sahitya Award winner. He's fond of astrology, scientist at Bhabha Atomic Research Center, gold medalist, tennis player. That's like 5 lifetimes worth of our achievements if we work hard enough.
So then why? I mean, of course, these are talents that should be promoted. And I think ISRO scientists are getting so much of attention, but I think the scientists who are working on the nuclear science, I think उनको उतना attention और appreciation position मिला ही नहीं है. Like in मेरे colony में everybody, in my building everybody was scientists. In my colony almost uh, 80% people are scientists, and then उनका स्टोरी भी पब्लिश नहीं होता न्यूज़पेपर में, और उनके रिसर्च देखो, द कंट्रीब्यूशन फॉर द कंट्री देखो.
Hello.
Sorry, I just lost. I just lost a bit of the last voice. Yeah, Raj, you were asking.
The internet is bad, I think. So I am also facing the same issue. Yeah, so related to scientists, like your childhood would be very different, right? If all the scientists are around, so probably when like the discussions and the kind of discussions, I would say jokes which you would be hearing when you were a kid would be very different from what other kids generally do here. It would be so any anecdote or any story on that which you would like to like share?
Like what kind of? I'm sorry, I couldn't get your question completely. Your voice was breaking.
So Mansi, I was asking that so since you have like grown up in a very different society, like where all your neighbors would be scientists and the families around you would be scientists. So the kind of discussion which you would have heard when you were a kid would be very different from what generally kids hear. Because like when we were in also in colleges, when the professors used to discuss, their jokes were very different, and sometimes we laughed, and sometimes we found it very weird. So any like any story related to that, if you can share that, how you when you were growing, how was it like growing among a community where most of these are very dedicated scientists are staying? So that would be again a very good learning for us.
I'm again sorry that I lost your voice, but whatever I've understood it, I'll just reiterate. And if I missed anything, please let me know. You asked me that I grew up in a different household and have all been people from the field of science. So any different stories that I've heard, right?
No. The question is that the society, like around you when you were growing, so all the people around you would be like all the families. They would have it would be a very scientist community, right? Because you were staying in the campus. So the growing would be different from what normal. For example, if someone is staying in a scientist community where every day they are discussing about
Correct.
science and very different.
Oh, I didn't- what- like yeah, everybody around me were either pursuing or had done their PhDs, and in various and different fields. I remember when I was in my after my second year, I 1 month break, and to you break, I had requested in BARC and go and get an internship done, and they were ready. They would readily accepted us. So I worked in my father's department only. That was radiation safety department, and the discussions and jokes are completely different. Uh, they talk about कि उसका research का उसका वहाँ का क्या हुआ, first इसके funds कितना allocate हो, सब एकदम different ही रहता है उनका conversations. Fun में तो I don't remember. I mean, I don't know. I'm not able to recall ऐसा कुछ stories. But then interesting stories are कि people have. I remember my father telling me कि कभी-कभी ना ऐसे जैसे IAS officers है, वो लोग कभी-कभी ना इन लोगों को एकदम कम समझ देते हैं. And ये लोग उनसे better position और posts पे रहते हैं. But like if you consider like people who are I don't know, like secretaries and all. So people in my in BA, there are scientists who are ranked higher than that positions. They are maybe या तो maybe same positions. And then but ये IAS officers वो बोलते हैं कि उनका अलग ही रुतबा होता है, वो लोग झाड़ते रहते हैं. And scientists are very known for, you know, talking back too much, and they are always accepting whatever they're not whatever is being. But then there are people who will वो तुमको हिला के रख देंगे टाइप के. तो ऑफ कोर्स ऐसे कुछ कुछ स्टोरीज है कि तो मीटिंग पे गए थे. सर उनको बोल दिया कि समथिंग रिलेटेड कि ये आपका नहीं वेट करवा. तो ये लोग मतलब कि भाई आप ऐसे कैसे कर सकते हैं, तो बोलते हमारे पास बहुत काम होता है. एंड देन ये लोगों को दिमाग हट गया कि भाई ऐसे कैसे आप लोगों को काम होता है, हमारा भी तो काम है, हम भी इम्पोर्टेंट काम कर रहे हैं. एंड you know something similar कि scientists are not known for talking back and just saying okay, but who are doing way better amount of or way different work than other people. But then सबका अपना अपना ये होता है कि हाँ we are the best. तो उसमें like people who are directors of BARC, they are also not like they don't have a facility of एक ये होता है जो इन लोगों को प्रोवाइड करता है. IAS ऑफिसर बनो और सडनली आप के पास 2-3 जन घर में आके काम करने होते हैं. यहाँ पर अपना सब काम खुद करते हैं ये लोग. तो the people are so down to earth, so amazing. They are Padma Shri awardees, and you can see them bringing their own chai or Sunday bhi kaam karte. Me, I have seen who is a scientist who is one like I don't know. There are multiple talented people in that area, but and they are so good and they are so educated and so multi-talented कि you have to see it. But I'll tell you one thing. हमारे कॉलोनी के बच्चे 80% बच्चे जो है वो इंजीनियर बनते हैं और बाकी के 20% डॉक्टर्स. और बीच का कोई प्रोफेशन ही नहीं होता साइंटिस्ट के बच्चों का. which I think needs
Yes.
to change.
Yeah, so you pursuing sports must have been a complete revolution, no? So professionally pursuing sports after such a challenging situation. One question which you'd mentioned that unfortunately when you have all these events and para athletes are not given the same importance as regular athletes. I'm pretty sure that any para athlete can compete with state level normal badminton player. So why do you think that differentiation exists in people's mind? That this is a para sport. So why is it not followed as passionately as probably a regular sport is?
I will say the reason is कि media उतना cover नहीं करती है, and people with disabilities are given more sympathy rather than highlighting their achievements. So even when I was written in initially by media, तो वो ऐसे होता था, a girl on single leg conquering the world or a single leg person doing different things. And people like were more highlighting me on my disability and of course talking about my achievement, but then highlight was more on disability. But then I wanted to be sure कि मुझे मेरे achievements के बारे में जाना जाए, मेरी identity के मतलब मेरी identity बहुत सारी है. उसमें से सिर्फ एक identity को बाहर निकाल के मुझको उसी identity करना I think was wrong. So I made sure कि or I at least make sure कि what is put in media about me is it shouldn't be that sympathy kind of thing. I think we don't have many tournaments in India level where people can come and watch it. Plus, marketing for those events are not up to the mark where people are actually coming and watching these events. Like हमारे tickets हमारे यहाँ पे मुझे लगता है कि people who are playing para sport, people should buy tickets to come and watch these champions pursuing it. Number one is because they are exceptional in their field. Number two, they have amazing stories for the world to know, and you will be so happy and mesmerized, and you will go back with a learning. जो football match में अगर आप जा रहे हो, like people go to Barcelona to watch matches, तो उसमें से learning कम होता है और हंगामा ज़्यादा होता है. But I think people who watch sports always come home with some beautiful stories, and I think para sports is one thing which people will come to know of these stories more, which they can use in day-to-day life to become better at whatever field they have chosen. I thought that one thing, as I said, is media. Second is how we are being portrayed by the media. इंटरेस्ट जो है वो तो डेवलपमेंट की बात है कि 1983 के वर्ल्ड कप, क्रिकेट के वर्ल्ड कप के पहले लोग क्रिकेट भी उतना वो देखते नहीं थे या तो सुनते नहीं थे रेडियो पर. बट देन वो वर्ल्ड कप ने लोगों को क्रिकेट के लिए क्रेजी बनाया, एंड उसके बाद इंडिया बिकेम अ क्रिकेट क्रेजी नेशन. आई थिंक व्हाट वी आर फेड by people who are writing about us makes a lot of difference, and it's just how people can change the narrative, and you will see that kind of change. And when you say people uh, having disability can compete state level players, well, of course anybody can I think they can, but I think they can compete with anyone, maybe national, international, but of course we have limitations, so jeetenge nahi. I think people with जैसे men compete together in a sport, जैसे बैडमिंटन में men singles अलग होता है from women singles, उसी तरह से disability में भी अलग अलग categories और classification है. तो हमारा जो भी है हम उन्हीं के साथ खेले. तो so what I'm trying to say is that people where we played against like under 15 under 17 के साथ खेलेंगे तो 100% नहीं खेल सकते, या तो फिर सीनियर्स में अगर कोई जूनियर खेलता है तो जो like seniors and juniors play different. Similarly we people with disability play with people who are just like us.
So we had one fan question. So I think you meant Amitabh Bachchan ji at KBC. So a couple of people have asked, how was it to meet him, and what was your take from it?
Like Amitabh Bachchan is exceptional. I think he's very humble. When I met him for the first time, he was in that unka khud ka room where he was getting ready, and he had called me and Deepa Malik. We were the two contestants there. He had called both of us to meet him before we get in for the KBC ka shooting, and his eyes are beautiful. Like when you talk to him, you can feel his kindness and humbleness in his eyes. He can talk to anybody, any age group, and he has so much of charm. I think he is a person, as I said, can talk to anyone. I think that is a very good quality for a person to have, and that is why I think he's so popular. Okay, कोई भी लैंग्वेज हो, he has mastered. Like हिंदी में कितना अच्छा बोलते हैं वो, उनका जो उच्चारण है, उनका जो व्यवहार है. I think I became his fan after I met him. Of course, I was his fan before, but then I started following him. कि like अब वो क्या करते हैं? He was celebrating his 77th birthday, and supposed to get over by like shooting was supposed to get over by 9. By 2:30 हम लोग वो शूट पे गए थे, 2:33 I think, और शूट उन्होंने कहा था 9 बजे तक खत्म हो जाएगा, बट शूट एक्सटेंड हुआ, और वो कहते हैं कि अमिताभ बच्चन 9 बजे के बाद चले जाते हैं, वो ज्यादा देर नहीं रुकते सेट पर उस दिन हमारा शूट एक्सटेंड हो गया, एंड ही वाज डूइंग द शूट टिल 10:30. question.
Crazy. Would you say fame has changed you, or it's changed your perspective to life?
I didn't get your question, sorry.
Would you say that fame has changed you or your perspective to life?
What has changed? Same.
Fame,
Or
becoming
same.
famous.
I don't think so. Okay, first of all, okay, it's all personal belief, and I think I have so much to do and so much to achieve, and I am happy that people recognize me when I go out. I'm also learning how to be, good to people who come out and ask questions, but then there were times when people would just come and stare at me and stare at my leg or something. But now I have accepted so much that it's okay to be stared at and it's okay to be approached, that I love people right now approaching me and asking me questions. I would love people if ask me lovely questions about my prosthetics. So I don't know if fame has changed me, but I think I have so many important roles right now, and I have got a voice which people which can influence people. And I think I want to utilize this voice in the best possible way. And I feel happy, I get recognized, but I don't think, fame has done anything in my character uh, in any way.
So I think what you mentioned about Amitabh Bachchan ji and how humble he is, the first thing that came across when you accepted to do this was just the humility. There's obviously no reason why you need to say that you'll take out 1 hour, 1.5 hours to spend with our team. So I think humility is something in your personality which all of us would definitely say stands out. And I think that reflects in just the manner in which we've been able to have this conversation. So just hats off to you. You're an inspiration to everyone in terms of your achievements, but also in the manner of your just the demeanor that you have. So thank you for that. And just not to take a lot of your time, but what do you think is the one thing that you would want everyone to go back from this talk with the belief? Like, what belief should everyone carry with them after they've met you? What would you like that inspiration to be?
Mm, well, there are 2 points I would like people to, take something from my story. One is that people tell me that, becoming an amputee was my destiny. But I don't feel so. That anything related to wherever I am was because of any destiny. I think I worked very hard to reach to a point wherever I am, and my accident happened because it was a mistake, and signals were not working. People were not, like my truck driver, everybody, they were not driving safely, and I think it happened to me because we made a mistake. An accident happened, and most of the accidents are because of human error, which can be prevented if we take enough care. And whatever we do out of anything is what stands, like what makes you different. People say that time heals, uh, but I think what you do with the time, that heals, and not like nothing. Like there are so many things that happens to in a person's life, maybe poor job, या poor job मतलब poor salary, या फिर जॉब से निकाल दिया, या तो ब्रेकअप हो गया, या तो फिर कोई फिजिकल इंजरी हो गया, या तो फिर कोई इलनेस हो गया. Like there are so many problems a person can have in their different phases of life, and we always tell people कि don't worry, time will heal it. But then I think no, time doesn't heal it. What we do with that time heals it. So I think I wish all of you realize this, and of course we all know this, but then there are times that we require कि अरे ये किसी से सुने तो better है. So here I am telling you this, make sure you utilize time to the fullest and be the best in whatever you're doing.
Yes, I think we've got one definite quotable quote. Time doesn't heal. What you do with your time heals. Absolutely inspirational. Thank you so much, Mansi, for your time. I think there are a ton of questions which everyone would have had, and you've just beautifully skipped through the entire pain of the accident, the entire pain of rehab. And anyone who would have been here as an audience and heard this would not have known, how difficult it must have been for you to come through that entire episode. We're not going to go back to it. We're not going to ask you about how painful it is, but we're sure it wasn't easy. But where you are today, how you inspire people, I think that in itself is absolutely amazing. We've got a group where people have literally sent, I think there are 50 messages which say that we want me to say that there is a huge salute just to you. And, they have the roadies salute. So everyone over here is like, can we do a roadies salute for Mansi? So from all of us, it's virtual, but you can imagine everyone putting up their hands to their head and saying thank you. And I think everyone just wishing you all the very best, wishing you from the bottom of our hearts that you can get back gold for India as a para athlete. And we're definitely going to switch on the TV next time we know that there's a competition happening. If you can send us the link, then that'll be fantastic, so we won't miss it. But we'd love to be there to cheer you on.
Sure, definitely. And if possible, and if things are fine, come and cheer in maybe Japan itself. You never know.
Yeah, we'd love to. So if you can find us business in Japan, we'll fly down there immediately. And we'd also love to be there for the event. But yeah, I think all of our wishes will be there. We'll all log into our computers, onto TV. If we can make it down to Japan, we'd love to be in Japan also. But I think you've got a huge fan following. How many of us have heard you? We're all fans. And I think it's been absolutely amazing to hear your story. We will reach out, whoever's got questions was not able to ask them over here. I think we'll try and send across an email, or we'll try and send across a message whenever you get the time. Then please do reply. But thank you so much once again for taking out the time, for inspiring us all. The story of your family, the story of your father, the story of your injury, the story of your getting to where you are, of being a champion. So thanks for the inspiration. Thanks for being you.
Thank you, Aditya, and thank you everyone for listening to me for almost like 1 hour 15 minutes. If you have any questions, you can shoot me up on my any social media, and or you can give it to Aditya, and I'll be very happy to answer. And thank you, everyone. Bye. It was nice meeting you.
Thank you, Mansi. Everyone can say thank you if you're still on logged on.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mansi.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you.